Hey guys, we are back. This is the Daily Show for July 22nd. I am here. We got Elliot Trotman in the building all the way from Somerset, England. Elliot, how you doing, man?
I'm good, thanks, mate. It's good to be back on the Daily Show for the second time round, all the way from the UK. Just watched
Ab-
Liverpool lift the trophy, feeling good.
Absolutely. We got a little lag there. We also have Marco back, who's been growing the mustache, as I can see over at the golf show. Absolutely been crushing it. You can tell that he's ready for baseball. He's got his Cubs hat on. And we got Pat Doris back in the building, wearing his Yankees hat. Patty and Marco, how you guys doing?
Terrific.
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm doing great, Bob. And I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you, James. This is huge for you and the kids. So I'm with you there in solidarity. No trolling today, Bob. Just good old-fashioned fanhood.
You love to see it. Things you don't love to see if you are a Mets fan. Marcus Stroman was just listed on the IL with a calf tear. They're calling it week to week. Does not look promising at all, Bob. Patty, I'm going to start with you. You probably just saw the news as well. What are your thoughts on this whole thing?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. It came from the clouds. The Mets rotation was going to be their strength going into the season with Syndergaard out. Now, Stroman, I don't think it's week to week. I think it's more month to month. And there's only 2 months of baseball. So if you lose him, I'm taking it as if he's going to miss a whole month.
Yeah.
But after DeGrom, it gets a little suspect on that rotation. You're really going to have to hope Porcello morphs back into the Cy Young caliber pitcher that he was in Boston and in Detroit, and then Michael Wacha, and then Matz, I guess, spots him as number 2 behind DeGrom, but it's not good news for the folks over in Queens.
Yeah, it really isn't. And I'm not going to trip Elliot up or anything because he's a cricket guy. But I do want to know from Elliot if he is on the right side of history being a Yankees fan or if he is the Mets fan. Or maybe you're some other fan.
I am a Yankees fan.
Oh, see, that's the answer you would like to see, Bob.
Good man.
Marco, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're a Cubs fan. You do like some other weird teams. You do like the team from Queens, though, as well, right? So this is a big blow here.
Yeah, and just let me know if my audio is okay. I put these bad boys in, so if I'm coming in good, perfect. Yeah, I'm a Queens sympathist for sure. 3 years in Astoria, wife's a Mets fan, whole family's a Mets fan, and I'm a big Marcus Stroman guy. All right, that guy from Medford, Long Island, throws gas. He makes the island proud. He's one of the best athletes to ever come out of Long Island, and the list is probably quite large. So it's a sad day for the Mets, but you know what is good news? Is the Mets are the hottest team through 60 games every year. So this really could play into their hands, Bob, even with this injury. Look for the Mets in the World Series.
Yeah, all right. And if anybody's out there taking Marco seriously at all, do not do that.
He's drinking.
Because exactly. He's drinking. We know that he just had Greek food. So we'll take it easy on the Mets in the World Series for now. But I will say this. I am a huge Yankees fan, as we know, but I am a Mets sympathizer. The Mets fans, they want to come at me. They want to spew all the Yankees haven't won in 10 years, all that stuff. It's okay. I feel bad for them over in Queens. I got nothing to hate about them. They have everything they hate about us, and this kind of stinks. I would like to see the Mets be decent, but it is what it is. Another huge MLB story today was Mookie Betts getting paid. 12 years, $365 million, just beat Mike Trout's deal for 10 years, 360. So that is absolutely, I think it's very troublesome for the Los Angeles Dodgers going forward. I mean, giving a guy who's 27 years old a 12-year deal, kind of crazy. Patty, starting with you, thoughts on the whole deal?
The deal is long, obviously. 12 years is an eternity, especially for a smaller dude. I don't even think he's 6 foot or he's around there. So I'm interested to see how he holds up. And a lot of his game is predicated on speed too, both in the outfield and on the bases. But I mean, this is the Dodgers' time. Like I think they're 7-time NL West champs in a row. So this is their time with Bellinger in his prime, Mookie in his prime, Walker Buehler's in his prime, Kershaw's there. That team is absolutely stacked. So I understand the move, and it's also nice because it keeps him away from the Mets. Because with the new owners coming in eventually, it seemed like he was going to be one of their targets. This off season coming up, and then keeps him away from the Red Sox. Obviously, there's some Red Sox fans that thought he was going to sign back, but that shit never happens. Like,
Yeah, no, those are just
outside of Chapman getting traded from the Yankees to the Cubs and then signing back with the Yankees. I don't think I've ever seen like a big time player ever come back. So.
Red Sox fans on Twitter are kind of foolish. They thought, I mean, their rotation's horrible. Everything about the Red Sox this year is just disgusting. There are no people like any Red Sox fan. I don't know. I can't name one right now. I could name 32 years ago. Can't name one right now. So you love to see that, Bob.
Of course.
Elliot, thoughts on a guy playing baseball getting $365 million?
Yeah, it's interesting because I actually paid quite a bit of attention when like Trout got signed. I was signed that contract, and being from the UK, like those contracts, like that's just stupid. Like even people like Lionel Messi, Ronaldo, they're football players. You never hear like 300 and like what 300. It's just stupid. So obviously for Mookie Betts to get a bigger contract than Mike Trout, it just screams to me that the Dodgers the Angels sort of stole their sort of like shine, and they thought, nah, well, anything you can do, we can do better, and they've done the exact same thing. That is crazy, but it's good. Yeah, fair play. I'm still amazed by that Mike Trout golf video. So I think Mike Trout is still the man in LA, but we'll see how it goes.
Absolutely. Mike Trout is far and away the best player in baseball. It's not close. We could get Sandy from stats department on that, but I'm pretty sure that is correct. Marco, I know you're a big Mookie Betts guy.
Huge Mookie Betts guy.
Huge
Mookie Betts
guy. What are your thoughts on him getting the 365?
Yeah, I'm happy for him, and I think he's top 10 in the league for sure. Never had more pleasure owning a player than Mookie Betts, although Matt Kemp during his breakout season, I'll pat myself on the back for that. But listen, I don't mind when people get paid, but Ravel said, what he's making equates to $3 million for every 16 games or something like that. It's the money is getting unfathomable now. And it's well above the increase of inflation. So at some point, the bubble's got to burst. I mean, who is picking up the tab for this? I guess, there's no salary cap in baseball, but I guess ticket and drink prices are going to go up over the next 5 years by 30% because this is just wild.
Yeah, if you could get the fans in the stadium.
If you can get the fans in the stadium, that's correct, Bob. And also the fact if he's not the best player – then you tell me who's the next person to get paid because they are going to get paid more than that kid. I mean, this just happens to be a day in sports history.
That's my biggest takeaway here is that the Aaron Judge contract, the Gleyber Torres contract that are inevitable are absolutely terrifying to look at. And I honestly think you only keep one of those guys. And I think the Yankees, at the end of the day, unless Aaron Judge wants to give a very friendly team deal,
you got it.
That Gleyber Torres is going to be the guy.
No brainer. Has to be Gleyber.
It has to be Gleyber. Has to be Gleyber.
No brainer.
But Judge is also older. By the time he's up for a contract in like 2 years, he's going to be in his 30s. Like he blooms so late that it's working against him. And whether we like it or not, he doesn't stay healthy enough to warrant. If they gave him a 12-year deal right now, we'd be panicked. We'd be happy, but we'd also be extremely worried. I'd be panicked.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No, I would honestly. What would happen if the Yankees didn't have Aaron Judge this year? They'd have Mike Tauchman playing right field. Like it's not that far of a drop off. As much as we want to sit here and don't sleep on Mike Tauchman this year.
I love Mike Tauchman. He's not an MVP caliber player though. He's a starting caliber player. Yes, he's not an MVP caliber. He's he's like a few notches below an all-star caliber player. But we're
Yeah, that's for another day. That's for the Yankee only Daily Chill next week. We have Elliot on, and there was something going on. I believe super producer Luke was all in about the Liverpool match going on. So we're going to be talking soccer. I'm just going to sit back and have Elliot and Pat explain what the hell happened in soccer.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, please.
Well, yeah. Okay, right. So yeah, Liverpool pulled out, beat Chelsea 5-3. Unbelievable. And we lifted the trophy in front of an empty stadium, but we're all partying. It's all good. And yeah, we go again next season now. We move on. Also as well, Christian Pulisic, the American, played unbelievable tonight.
Pulisic, he's been unbelievable the past month. Since the restart happened, he's been incredible.
Are you going to see an equal and opposite reaction in his FIFA rating, Bob?
We better.
With that performance.
We better.
We got to get this kid into the 80s. I mean, this is wild.
What was it the last time we looked? It was like 77,
it
78?
was 79.
Yeah.
Check into the box.
All right.
79 it is, Luke.
Yeah, last time we checked, it was 79. I could do a quick check, try to find you guys that real quick.
That's fine. So wait, Liverpool won the league?
They lifted the trophy. They lifted a trophy today.
Anytime you lift the trophy, I think that's a good thing. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bob.
No, you were correct. You are correct.
And that was talking soccer. We're gonna do real quick. James Jones said something absolutely ridiculous today. He said that Aaron Rodgers was gonna win the MVP award in 2020. God willing, if there is football. I'm gonna start with Elliot. I know he's a big football guy. What are your thoughts on this? And give me your MVP for the 2020 season, the way too early MVP.
Well, first of all, Aaron Rodgers will never win another MVP. Hit it first. It's never going to happen. Wait, it's not again. I don't think it's going to happen. He's had his time. He's just hitting that age now, and there's too many young players out there. One who I'll come on to for my MVP, who are just too good. And it's his time. He's still a good player. He can still do it. I mean, Drew Brees, they all can do it, but not to the level. And you need to be good on your feet. Like I definitely think that's the new thing now. So if you're not that, forget it. In terms of my MVP, I said Arizona Cardinals for a weird. Did I say Super Bowl pick 2 weeks ago? I'm going to pick Kyler Murray as my MVP this season. I really do think it can happen. I really do. Patrick Mahomes won it in what? Basically, I know it wasn't his first season, it was his second, but it basically was his first season. The guy from 50 touchdowns. Who can tell me Kyler Murray can't do that?
If he can beat out, if they win the NFC West and if they get first place and beat the I don't know, it's tough. All right, go ahead, Marco. Go ahead.
Stacked. That division is absolutely stacked. But I'm a huge Arizona Cardinals guy. I owned Mr. Kyler Murray last year, and it didn't work out too great for fantasy purposes for the upside that we thought. But I love the air raid. Cliff Kingsbury is one of the best looking coaches in the league, and that's a leader of men right there. All right, got a great head of hair, better than all of us. I'll tell you that.
Great house.
We're wearing a hat right here, Bob. And so I agree with Elliot. I don't know about the 50 touchdowns, but I think you will see some sort of breakout season from Kyler Murray. You can take that to the bank. Love Christian Kirk. Nobody likes Christian Kirk more than this guy.
There's a fourth receiver there now. Big problem.
Oh, yeah, right. DeAndre. Okay, a lot has changed. So there you go. I forgot about DeAndre.
It's crazy.
Well, that is a good point. Maybe the Cardinals go off. Maybe the
Cardinals go off. The Rams are the worst team in that division now, Bob.
It's amazing.
That just tells you how good that division is. My quick little weigh-in is I totally agree on Aaron Rodgers, by the way. Another phenomenal take. We were having a conversation, what was it, 2 years ago, maybe 3, whether it was Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady as the GOAT. I don't believe that Aaron Rodgers belongs in that conversation anymore. I think the sun has sailed, the winds have passed, whatever you want to call it. And Bobby just didn't produce enough in his time of legendary greatness, so-called. And I think that ship has sailed. And now my MVP is I'm sliding the chips in this year on Lamar Jackson. I don't believe that they've figured him out after 1 year. I think he's too dangerous. I think the Madden rating is spot on. And, I'm just looking forward to another year of owning Ravens players in fantasy, quite frankly. Over to you, Pat.
All right. So to weigh in on the Packers situation, I don't know what the Packers being like a fan or associated with that team is becoming like a cult. Like anyone associated with them, like just sips such unbelievable Kool-Aid about them. Like Aaron Rodgers is not going to win the MVP handing the ball off to Aaron Jones 40 times a game this year. Like that's what they're transitioning to, and it's like you two have said, it's a thing of the past at this point. But I'm going to stick in the NFC West for my MVP prediction. I'm going to give it to Russell Wilson, because it's more of a lifetime achievement where no one does more with less than that, dude. I mean, now they finally have some pieces there with Metcalf and Lockett, good running game, but he's slept on more than anyone in this league, and he does so much. I mean, he's like trying to sack that dude must be like trying to catch a squirrel with your bare hands. Like that's pretty much what he is, and never takes a bad hit. Always has that team competitive and in the Super Bowl conversation. And if they win the division this year after what the Niners did last season, he's got to get it. It's almost like a career achievement award at this point. Breeze is another one too in that conversation, but I think this ship has sailed on that. But Russ gets my vote for Ambo.
Like all the picks, smart that they were all quarterbacks. I like that because you had a guy like me last year just screaming for Christian McCaffrey to win the MVP, and Pat wanted none of that all season long. He was like swatting me away. Like
who won it last year, Bob? Was it Mahomes? Who won it last year?
Lamar won it.
Lamar. Okay, so my guy's going back to back. We're going back to back.
Yeah, I thought that this was going to be a clean sweep of people saying Mahomes, but I'm going full evil empire this year. I am going down to Tampa, and I'm looking at a guy named Tom Brady.
Ronald Jones?
Those guys, the Buccaneers are going 12-4, 13-3. They're going to have the 1 or the 2 seed, and everybody's going to be looking and say, what's the reason for this? Oh, yeah, it's Tom Brady. The guy just knows how to win football games. And realistically, the answer is Patrick Mahomes because he hasn't won the MVP yet. But
yes, he has.
Oh, that was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Sorry, Luke. Sorry about that. I know we went over that in the production meeting. I apologize for getting that wrong. All right. So last but not least, we're going to do World Series predictions. I'm going to start with Patty. Baseball is back tomorrow, people. Baseball is back. Let's go. Patty, World Series predictions.
That's all you need to know. I don't even care who's in the NL. That's it.
Fair. All right. Over to Elliot, your predictions for the World Series.
I've been paying attention. I've been trying to really look at it, and I've been sort of analysing and saying, look, I need to get into baseball. And I've been watching a lot and I think I'm also sort of on Pat's boat. And James, you just keep seeing to talk about them all the time. So they must be good. The New York Yankees are going to be in the World Series, and they're going to be hopefully champions. And I'm hopefully going to see you running down the streets of New York naked. It's going to be on ESPN or wherever. And it's going to make headline news.
Yeah, the body's going to be a little bit weird this year because I'm going to be eating a lot of dogs from everybody's favorite hot dog place, Nathan's. I will be there tomorrow at Nathan's in Yonkers, eating a lucky dog. The people wanted me down in Washington. I told them, me and Dr. Fauci talked. Not going to happen. I will be eating a hot dog at Nathan's tomorrow. Obviously, Bob, I know I have a feeling that you're going to your picks, but what are your World Series picks, Bob?
Well, if that's a pass over to me, I'm going to stay unbiased here. I'm going to stay unbiased here, Bob, and we're going to go with the Chicago White Sox. The Chicago White Sox. Look at this roster: Yasmani Grandal, Jose Abreu, Edwin Encarnacion, Lurie Garcia is nasty, Yon Moncada, Tim Anderson at shortstop. I mean, this is a very Nomar Mazara, a darling of fantasy once upon a time. Lucas Giolito and Alex Colon. And, this is a very good team. I've heard very good things about the White Sox. Look at it. Dallas Keuchel, too, back from the dead. I'm excited about this White Sox team. I think this team could put us over the edge and whoop the Yankees candy ass in the AL Central Championship, whatever you want to call it.
2 years ahead of schedule with them.
Okay. That's there's a few teams I like. Nobody mentioned the Dodgers. The Dodgers are obviously unbelievable.
They'll choke. You know it. I know it. Kershaw's a small game pitcher.
The Braves and the Brewers, you always got to worry about.
Yeah, it's a good
two teams, Acuna Matata, Christian Yelich. And then, obviously I'm taking the New York Yankees to make it to the World Series. And when all the people are going to be crying, just everybody in the world will be crying. 60 games don't count. The World Series means nothing. Throw the World Series out, and I will be sipping champagne, and I will be taking off for a week in October as I drown myself in champagne because the New York Yankees are winning number 28. You heard it here first. Final thoughts.
How did you enjoy National Hot Dog Day today?
No, I'm out on National Hot Dog Day.
Really?
I decide when National Hot Dog Day is. You don't tell me that National Hot Dog Day is the day before opening day. And to all the Zoomers out there, calling hot dogs glizzies, I'm in. I'm in on the glizzies. You know what? I talked about it with my consigliere. We went over it. He was not happy with the word hot dog being glizzy, but I thought about it for a while, and I'm thinking glizzy sounds hot. Glizzy is hot in the streets. I'm going to be going, again, to Nathan's. No free ads. Nathan's is officially our hot dog sponsor for the 2020 season. So get ready, folks, to be eating a lot of glizzies from Nathan's. Elliot, final thoughts.
Calling on glizzy.
What's up?
What did you say? What's the final thoughts?
Final thoughts on anything.
Looking forward to baseball. Good back. And I'll give my little opinion on if I prefer it to cricket.
And by the way, what an absolute fire robe that you're wearing right now.
Just my dressing gown, man.
Yeah, I need to. Yeah, show off the chest there. There we go.
Goodness.
You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Bob, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Invested in some new golf clubs, and I'm ready to get wild, wet, nasty out there with them. I'm hoping it takes off 10 to 20 strokes in my game. That's really all you can ask when you reinvest. So very excited for that, Bob.
And tomorrow is a national holiday. It is opening day. So we are taking off from the Daily Chill tomorrow. Next time you'll see me, it will be without a mustache. TheSportsChill.com. Fire, fire, fire.